Hi, this is Jeff Lesher with What's the Point? And the point this week is going to be drawn from an amalgam of holidays. The one we just observed, Halloween, where we get to pretend or at least dress up and temporarily become something that we want to be or that maybe inspires us. And Thanksgiving, a holiday that focuses us on gratitude, something that most of us don't spend enough time really observing over the course of the year. And it comes at a time when one of the most popular terms in business, not because it's a good thing, but just because it's happening, is the Great Resignation. And I was watching a show called The Talk, believe it or not, for about 5 minutes the other day. And the actor Gary Cole, who played Lumbergh, the boss, on the great movie Office Space, where he's the biggest downer you can imagine. Most of us have worked for at least one person like him. And Gary Cole, the actor, was recalling that in growing up, he worked in a business where his manager was somebody who really didn't want to be there and wasn't that excited about him, Gary Cole, being there either. And it brought me back to this idea of great resignation, which we're understanding in the moment as people leaving their job. But I think there's a lesser fate, a worse fate, which is the resigning ourselves to being somewhere that we don't want to be, that we're not that excited about, or if we're in a position of responsibility, that we are not excited that others are around us. Back a few years ago, I was really fortunate to lead a large-scale project with a large-scale health system where we were preparing everybody who supervised other people, so 2,500 people, to influence over 25,000 people in terms of how they showed up literally and figuratively at their job. And one of the questions or kind of complaints that we heard over and over was, my people want me to be excited just that they showed up. And we would ask them back, well, aren't you? I mean, isn't it better that they did show up? And they would take a moment and say, well, yeah. And so then our encouragement was, why not then? Show them what is important to them, but also really is a reflection of what's important to you. So my question to you is, are you thinking of resigning, or are you just resigned? And if you are just resigned, then you should be thinking about resigning. But that doesn't mean that you should, in fact, resign, because here's really the message of encouragement that I want to offer. Find something about which you are grateful in the situation that you find yourself now. And then think about putting on a costume that reflects that, of playing a character that better reflects that. Because a lot of what we're experiencing and engaging is a choice. And if we leave where we are without addressing the opportunity that we have where we are, we're likelier than not, and I speak from experience in this regard, gonna be somewhere else where our same issues travel with us. Wherever you go, there you are. So in this moment of being able to make believe, being grateful, considering resignation on two levels, actually leaving or being willing to accept something less than, and put all those together in a wonderful fall brew and create something better where you are. I can't think of anything that's more optimistic, hopeful, constructive, and ultimately productive than that. And at the bare minimum, if you don't succeed, you'll know why, and you can carry those lessons forward. It'll make you that much more attractive as a candidate, and it'll make you that much more effective as a member of a team moving forward. And ultimately, your satisfaction, something to be grateful for, a place where you don't have to make believe because it's actually the reality in which you operate, that is a wonderful concoction to carry us not just through this season, but through many seasons ahead. And that is my point of encouragement to you. Go make your reality different and better, because you can and you should.